Hey everybody, welcome back to Farming Simulator 22. Scroft here, and we're back on Court Farms for our contracting farm build series that we're doing. Really enjoying this one right now. But I just wanted to point out quickly that this is the last video I record before I go part-time. So my full-time job that I've got currently now, I'm going to go part-time from the 1st of April. Well, it's actually the weekend before it, but technically from the 1st of April. And that is because of you guys. So every single one that you can see here, all these people that support me and have helped me get to this point now where I can start, hopefully, fingers crossed, making YouTube something, long term is a plan to go full time. But right now, I can go part time, which is obviously going to help me out a lot because I have a lot of late nights. Definitely don't get enough sleep as I should do. And yeah, it's all down to the support you guys have given me and all the videos you've watched. That's the biggest thing for me, watching the videos, liking them, all the feedback you give me in comments, and everybody on the members board that supports me and yeah, shows me support either through Ko-fi or on my channel through YouTube. And I just want to thank you for that. It means the world to me, your support does. I try and read every comment you will give me. So yeah, a massive thank you to that. Hopefully, going forward, after the Farmland week, which is going to be crazy, it's going to be crazy. From tomorrow onwards, I'm going to start recording 7 videos on the bounce, 7 days in a row. I've got the whole of next week off and this weekend, and I'm going to be recording 7 Farmland videos, one each day, and then hopefully next weekend I'll have that off as a reward. So I'll have the weekend off after, and all the videos will be starting from Monday. So I'm looking forward to doing that. A bit of a challenge, but it's a celebration as well because I can actually go part-time. Now, I don't know if the amount of content I make will increase when I go part-time. I think at the start it's just going to allow me to not rush through as much. Also, get more sleep because it's important to look after myself. As everybody probably is aware, you've got to look after yourself. And it's just going to allow me to have a few extra days away from my full-time work where I can catch up and maybe just focus a bit more on the quality of my content. But yeah, I'm going to try my best to make more. That's what I enjoy doing, and I want to make as many videos as possible. So yeah, just again, a big thank you, and just make everyone aware. This is the last video. This is the last video now. This Court Farm episode that I'm recording now is the last one before I go part-time. Dead excited for it. Right, so let's make the most of it then, because yeah, I'm really enjoying this series. I've said it before. It doesn't get as many views as my survival series did with Beanie, or even the Elmer one, and especially not the Farmland, which is understandable because the Farmland's kind of like my flagship series on my channel. But for me, as a player of FS who appreciates the game, this is my go-to series. This is the series I play that I get a lot of fun out as a player, because it makes me feel like I'm playing like I normally did before on FS17, when I was on console, on FS19 before I started making my content. As a content creator, and a lot of content creators will admit this, you do lose out that sense of just playing the game and the way you would normally do it, because obviously you're recording, so everything takes longer when you record. So you can just kind of switch off, play the game, but when you're recording, you're obviously thinking about the content you're making. You want to try and make it make sense. So there's like a start, middle, and an end to every video, because if without it and you're just cutting off, it's all chaos at that point. And I like to be a bit more organized for everyone that's watching. So yeah, I really enjoy this series, I really do. So we're in April. A lot of time has passed. I've skipped through. I did that for a reason. I wanted to get to something that was big, so try and do something that was pretty big. We were waiting for a sell point. We were waiting for May, really, is what it says, to sell the wool and the fabric. And we were also waiting for our grass, our big grass field, and these grass fields around our main yard here that we're going to be using for like feed of the animals. We were waiting to that to get to the point where we can start mowing it. Now, I have done one thing in between while skipping through all that time. Obviously been looking after the animals, that goes without saying anything. I have had to put a bit of hay, but it was only a bale each. Now, they're 10,000 litre hay bales, so I basically put 10,000 litres in extra into both of these sheep enclosures. So the one out there and the one here, and that's been fine. So that's really all I've done for the animals. I've given them a bit of feed for the cows. I put another 5,000 litres of wheat in for the chickens, so I don't think we've got much left on that. We'll check that out in a minute when I check the time-saving stock checker. But the only thing I've really done is our big wheat field. If we just scoot over to it now, we can have a look. You can see that the weeds I've sprayed. Now, I have got a really good weed texture. It's a prefab, and it's actually on Mod Hub, so I do recommend going and check out the prefabs, because some of them are like really, really cool texture replacements. And I love this one because it stands out when you're spraying it. When I sprayed it, it was obviously at growth stage kind of like 4 of the wheat, so it's got a bit tall now, so you can't see it as well. But it just looks a lot more realistic, like it's been burnt, because that's what weeds look like when you've sprayed them with herbicide. They kind of go a little bit burnt colour, you know, like it's doing its job. But look at the size of this field. It's going to be immense, this is. I honestly can't wait. I can't wait. We do need another harvester, though, but got a plan with that, and we'll get into that end soon. So, yeah, that's really the only thing I've done. I've skipped through from pretty much from the end of the year of year 3 all the way to April, springtime, in year 4. And because of that, we've got all our fields to mow. So we can technically mow this L shape. We've got the one down here, but we're not going to focus on that in this episode because there is quite a bit to do. But we are going to start this off. Our big major grass field that makes us a load of money, because we've got to make some good cash this year. Year 4 is going to be big. So I've got a few ideas of how I want to progress that. But what we want to do first is get some workers going in this field. Get them start mowing around. Now, my money as well, money situation, it has gone down because I was obviously, I leased out a spot sprayer, but nothing expensive, just the cheapest I could find that did the job. So I leased out that. I lost a bit of money doing that, but not too much. But I've been gaining quite a bit of money from the milk that's been selling as we've been progressing time, but also been paying off a bit of my loan repayments, you know, just the actual interest charges that come in, just the normal kind of setup payments. So that was, yeah, a little bit, so that's why the money's gone down a little bit. But I have also been repairing, so as much as I've kind of made through milk sales, I've actually lost, I think I had 160, so I've only lost 5,000 really by repairing everything, and obviously leasing out the equipment to get the herbicide sprayed. So that's pretty good. I'm happy about that at least. It's only 5,000 lost, and we've done quite a lot for that. Ooh, got a bit of lag there. And again, what's going on? There we go. So let's send that up to that, and we'll come back to that in a second. But we want to carry on. So, I've got a list here of things I want to do. We need to go to the shop. We're going to buy some things, some really cool things. But first, let's have a look at the animals. Let's have a look at Stock Checker, just to give you an update on this. So, we've only got 362 litres left of wheat. I put another 5,000 in, which is what the bucket holds. And if we have a look at the animals, you can see these are doing quite fine. We've had a lot more lambs. We've got some young stock lambs. We've also got some lambs that are about, I think there might be. In fact, I think they've grown up now, aren't they? They're over 6 months. So we've probably got some sheep somewhere. There's a 7-month-old ram. So we must have around 7 months, 6 months sheep or something. There you go. So we've got 86. We've got a lot of, obviously, sheep that are in there. Daily food's still at around 30,000, which isn't too bad, but you can see that it's starting to go down. But that will go up now that we've got grass growing again. And our cows are doing pretty good. We've got some calves, though, which is great news. Got some, what we got, five calves there, so that's spot on, doubling what we already had. Food's gone up a little bit, but it's still pretty good. Still just giving them silage and hay. Sure, not a problem, but we're slurry, we're maxed out on, so we're going to use that up on our big L shape and on the one behind it. We're going to just keep doing that. We've got a lot of muck as well, around 30,000 litres. Same with these sheep, they're happy as hell, making a load of wool for us, which is great. Now the chickens, I know I said I've only got about 300 litres left, but I have still got 5.5 in here. So I'm hoping that by the time we do the harvest, it'll just be, I don't know, we might be cutting it short, but we are in April, so we're not too far off, are we? A few months, maybe 4 months, September, October time. But we're doing really well. The animals are brilliant. They're making us a lot of money, and it's worth having. But if we have a look at our stock checker again, you can see eggs are doing really well. We're already up to 31,000, but we're not going to be selling them till November again, because they're them special kind of eggs that never go off. They're like, we've got preservatives in. But the wool's the thing. Look at the wool now, and we're going to sell that in this episode, because you can see the price here is 2206, best price. It says there, maximum month in May, 2182. So we're actually going to make more money if we sell now. Same goes for fabric, 6980. Whereas it says 6965 is the best price. So we're going to make here 240,000 on top of the 155 we've got now in this episode by selling that. So we're going to buy some cool stuff. We're going to get some things we need. I'm also going to take out another loan. but it's for a good reason, because we've obviously paid this loan back in the last episode. We have got another one for the big Massey that I bought, but we're going to get another one, and it is an investment, and we are going to plan to pay these off. It's not. I'm never going to end a series with a loan like this. We're going to always pay it off, and I think if we do it properly, it's not an issue. So we're going to set out another loan to try and invest in something that I think is going to help us a lot going forward, and because we want that big. I want a big empire. I want to get that massive field that I was on about to you, and put a shed down at the bottom, get all our equipment down there and everything. But then I also want to have the option of putting tram lines in. I feel like you can only really justify putting tram lines into something when you've got big fields. So we're going to hopefully do that big harvest plan right at the end of this series with some tram lines in and everything. And it'll look pretty cool, and we can hopefully make one hell of a montage for the channel. So that's going to be good. So, yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. If we go back up and get things starting to crack on here, now I do want to make sure that we unfold this first and just make sure everything's running fine. Put the conditioner on, and if we open up this again, that should be okay. If we put it down to 6 meters just to be safe, I think that's spot on. Right, so let's get a course going. 5 headland passes on this should be fine with me. Yeah, that's spot on. And we'll start it going from the first waypoint, and at least that's mowing then. Ooh, I'll hit that then. At least that's mowing then, because it's a pretty big job. Have I set the field boundary? No, it's fine, that is. Okay, no problem. Let's start that. First waypoint. Is it because you're stuck there? Let's try this again. There you go. He's much happier now, much happier. And I'm hoping he'll go around there. Yeah, I'm hoping he'll go around the gate. He usually does. Yeah, spot on, spot on. Right, so that's that starting off. Obviously, that's important. Massive field like that. So we're going to sell the wool and fabric first. So that's what we need to do on the next job. I might actually use the Massey for this, and I'm going to have to... Oh, wrong one. Let's get into the right tractor. There we go. Now, I'm going to have to do this manually because I haven't got anything auto-load. We're going to have to just manually put it on, and I've got quite a lot of stuff. I could use, super strength, but I am going to try to do it a bit better than that. That's the plan anyway. We're going to use a forklift attachment. Bloody hell, fire. Parked it at the rate. Most awkward place ever. There we go. Yeah, we're going to try and do this with that attachment over there and the telehandler, the JCB. And it's all, luckily, been stacked away. So whatever's been sitting there now waiting to go, like there might be a bit of wool, that's all for productions and everything else now to carry on until next time around. Everything we're going to sell is in there. That's our stock. And you can see we've got quite a lot of fabric. They're all 1,000 litres though, except this one that just spawned out at 764. Or 76, yeah, is it? Yeah, 764. These are all 5,000 litres though. So you can see that that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 12. 5,000 litres times by 12. So, yeah, we got a lot. We got a lot. 60-odd thousand into it. So, yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Right, so I've just quickly checked. And the best place to sell our wool is at the farmer's market. And then the next best place to sell the fabric is over at the garden centre. So what we're going to do, I don't know why the garden centre would want fabric, but they do. And I ain't complaining because they're quite happy to pay some good cash for it. But you can see that 6,981 is the best price. In fact, it's the best price by quite some way, isn't it? So we're going to go to the garden centre. So the plan is to load this on, telehandler, drive up to there. We'll take that route, cut across that track that I was on about that we might lose if we combine it all into one big field from this area over here, and we're going to go to the garden centre. That's the plan. So we've got quite a lot of things to stack up here. It's going to take some serious time, but we can get this done. Might be a bit of a job for a time lapse, but I want to try and get this out the way because after that I want to buy some stuff. I want to buy a few things. I think everyone will be pretty happy that's watching with what we're going to end up buying because, yeah, It's going to make this year definitely, rewarding in the end. I'm hoping this will go all the way. Come on, JCB, you can do this. Right, there we go. Not tidy. I nudged it, but it was just quicker to do. So yeah, let's get this sorted out. I'll put this on a bit of a time lapse now. We'll get it all loaded up, and then we can start, doing this and making some serious cash, because we're already sitting at good money. We could pay off the loan, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use the grass silage going forward to pay off the loan. I think that's the best plan.
Let's just do what you want to. Please don't be polite, cause I like your attitude. Let's forget about a curfew, cause all that is stuck in my head. It's me and you, both speeding, my heart is racing, but I'm not sure I wanna face it, cause it only does this with you. Our bodies meet, I can feel the tension, move us into the next dimension. Let's just let our bodies be true. We make out for the thrill of it, mess around for the thrill of it. Don't stop now, never let this end. For the thrill of it, we can have it, no regret. We make out for the thrill of it, mess around for the thrill of it. Don't stop now, never let this end. For the thrill of it, we can have it, no regret. Let's live life without regrets. Girl, put your faith in me, even though we just met. Let's forget about a curfew, cause all that is stuck in my head. It's me and you, both speeding, my heart is racing, but I'm not sure I wanna face it, cause it only does this with you. Our bodies meet, I can feel the tension, move us into the next dimension. Let's just let our bodies be true. We make out for the thrill of it, mess around for the thrill of it. Don't stop now, never let this end. For the thrill of it, we can have it, no regret.
So 412,000, pretty much 413,000 pound we're sitting at right now. Selling that wool and that fabric has just paid off a lot. This is the most money we've ever had, and from experience as well, silage has been our main source of income. To have, the wool and the wool and the fabric, and obviously the massive harvest we're going to do, and the fact we're drying grain now as well. The money's going to be sitting in some. It's just going to end up being incredible soon. I think we've hit that point now where it's not difficult anymore. We've got the kit that we need, the land that we need to make some really good money. And like I said, we're already mowing now. We've got the row going as well. It's probably going to come around that corner. There you go, just on cue. So as soon as we're ready, we can set the baler up as well, because I've actually got it on the same course. So as soon as he starts on his second headland, I think the baler can crack on then. I think the mower as well is just finished, so that's perfect timing. So what we may as well do with that is bring it over here, because that's what I've been waiting for and what I've been leading on to, which is silage. We've been making all our money before this from silage. So what better way to make more money than doing more silage? that's why I've just drove into this field. We're going to buy this field, but we're going to use a loan. Now, I know you might be thinking, why are you getting a loan? You've got 400,000, but we do want to. I want to buy some pieces of kit that we need to make our life a lot easier going forward. So, even though, you know, right now we're doing well for cash, we've paid off a loan. We've shown that we can do that. So, I'm going to get a £200,000 loan, and this field's about 233. So, we're going to get another loan, which is only going to be a second loan because we've just paid off a 190. Yeah, we got 232 on this, but within a year from the next harvest, doing double the amount of silage or close to double the amount of silage, it's gonna pay off. So we want 200,000. Again, I'm not bothered about the year, so I can put it up to 20. I think that's the maximum it'll let me do. 20 year. I just want the repayments each month to be low. Main reason for that, well, we're going to pay off before, so not an issue at all. So let's take the loan, 240 on that one. We should be sitting at about £600,000 now, and let's purchase Field 10 or Plot 162. And there we go. Now, I know we've got all the precision farming stuff to do. I'm hoping because I haven't scanned it, yeah, it is. It's going to bring it down, unfortunately. We can sort that out. We can get it all replanted and stuff like that. And I'll even put a fence in. That's why I went into G and removed that hedge, because I wanted an entrance across the road from our other grass field, because I just think it makes more sense. It's easier access. So at least we got that. But yeah, let's get this done. Let's start off mowing our brand new grass field. We're going to double out now, which is obviously great news, because when it comes to selling this silage now, instead of just having that one patch over there, which is, you know, well over 100,000, we've now got this one as well. So it's a big field. It is a hefty size field. We can just compare it, in fact. We've got 9.49 acres, and this one is 11. So we're close to doubling it, but not just shy of it, but close. We've got over 20. We technically got 20 acres now of grasslands that we're going to be working on just to sell for silage. Yeah, we've got this section here and this tiny little section there for feed, which is fine because we haven't got many animals. But, I mean, it's the same size as this big field over here, 23 acres, which, you know, you've seen yourself in the video. It's massive, but we've now got this in grassland. So we should be making a shed ton of cash when we eventually get to selling all this kind of stuff. Now, I have removed the collision as well that's on there's a post in the middle of the field just down there. I've removed that out because I just think it makes my life a lot easier if I do that. Probably could have gone further in as well, so we're going to have a look at the boundary on that, because it looks like he's missing quite a bit there. Yeah, there is a bit of a gap. We'll keep that in mind for next time round. Right, let's set going the baler when we get to it. First waypoint should be just down here. So there we go. Fully using the automated services on hand with auto driving, courseplay and all that, but it's making sense, isn't it, with the amount of money we're getting? And this should be pumping out 10,000 litres silage bales. Let's just check that. Yeah, that's spot on. Let's wait for the first one to drop out. Yeah, it's 10,000, and it'll wrap that up, and it'll probably turn to whole crop like last time. That's because I need to remove the net wrap and twine on. But if I do that, I'm going to lose all the bales, so I've got to try and find a good spot to do that in, a kind of perfect timing for it. But yeah, happy. I'm really happy with that. We've spent a lot of money. I've spent £30,000 of the money I actually had for myself, but we've got another loan for 200,000. But we can afford it with the amount of money we're bringing in. We can easily pay that off. So there's only one thing left to do now. We're going to let this kind of work out itself. Don't need to, make sure this is finished. I'm going to just let auto drive and courseplay and all that stuff take over and get this sorted. I will just move over the row into this field and the baler into this field when it's done the mowing. But by the time the next episode starts, we'll have a load of silage bales sitting in this field and the other field across there, the new one. And we'll have a look and see how much we've actually got. But what I want to do now is I want to get up to the shop. There's a few things that I want to buy, and I think there are some important things. So let's have a look in the second-hand market first, because that's going to be something important. We definitely need to try and buy a slurry tank. It's a nice tractor as well. 379. You know, we can afford some of this stuff. That's a really nice trailer as well for 19,000. A really nice trailer. So I'm just going to see what's on offer because a lot of time has passed. And it's a shame I didn't get that slurry tank because that slurry tank we looked at in the last episode was only like a couple of thousand. And there's not going to be one, is there? What is that thing? That's a massive... That's a water tank, unfortunately, because that could have been good. I mean, that might be ideal. That's a row and a baler all in one. No, we're going to have to find a slurry tank then. And I also want to get a harvester. That's why we've saved the money, because we want to get ourselves another harvester. It's important we do that. Definitely. I don't think I'm going to... Oh, there is a slurry tank, but it's 46,000. I mean, for the size fields we've got, I think that's way too big. We only need a small one. Let's have a look in here and see what's going on. I also want to get a mower as well. I thought it'd be a good idea to have a second mower just in case we want to get that out in the field. But that's not the biggest priority. Slurry tank and... I mean, this is... You know, this only holds 6,000 litres. It's not much, but for the field sizes we've got, I could have got this for $1,000. But still, at 1,800, it's a bargain. It's an absolute bargain. I think it's a nice little... It's a nice little slurry tank that'll just do the job. Definitely. I think we go for it. I mean, it's not much at all, is it? I mean, it's weird how the wide tyres have cost a lot more, though, than the hose. I'm not really too fussed about that. Yeah, we'll get that for 1,800. It makes sense. So that's that done. Now, harvester. Now, unfortunately, there isn't one on offer, which would have been ideal, but I don't want a massive harvester. What I was looking at getting is this. Another class, but it's the Dominator, because even though it says that this is the harvest, this header size here for 5.1, if I go into headers, now there's a 6.6, but there's also this one. It's like a header pack. So if I go to combinations, it says it works with a load. So I'm thinking if we get this header and then this Dominator, we'll have another harvester that, you know, is close to the capacity we've got. Not capacity, but it's close to the size. And I think we do it. I think we do it and get the old style. Don't need warning triangles. 13,000 for that. And then if we get the harvester, which is this one. I'm not really fussed about any of that. It's just keeping the cost down. And look, we still got 293,000. And this is a decent size harvester. It means that when we do that big field, we're going to have a second one going around in the field, which is going to help us out a lot. So let's just confirm that this 6 meter header does. Yes, it does. There you go. Spot on. So now we've got 2 class harvesters. And this one is brand new as well. So we don't even have to worry about getting this repaired or anything. So let's just quickly get a trailer then, a header trailer for that, because... yeah, it's going to need it. I think if we go to the actual thing we just bought, which is that one. Combinations, yeah. So we can get this. And that's 850 quid. We should probably get that one. Happy days. Right, let's try and spin it around that side. I think that's alright. It's not bad at all, is it, really? And we've still got 292,000 left. We've spent hardly anything by getting all that. You know, less than 100 grand. So we can look at maybe getting a good, mower. There we go. That's that. Job done. Sitting on it nicely. And then, just trying to think, what else do we need? There'll be something that we can cry out, we've been crying out for. Maybe another production. I mean, I have been saying about turning the fabric into clothes. We could look at that and placing that down. It's probably a good idea. But yeah, it's nice to have that second harvester. It really is. It's going to help us out so much. I mean, it'll be pretty cool to use Courseplay as well when you can set up to have multiple harvesters on the go. But at the same time, if I'm in one harvester and I've got one going with Courseplay, that's not a problem because I can just work on the far end of where it's going to end and kind of like meet it in the middle. So that's pretty good. So let's just send that back to my farm. We do need to send a tractor up here to pick up the slurry tanker, but that's not an issue because we're not going to do that in this episode. But we could just have a quick look through the second-hand market just to see if anything stands out. Because we aren't really, I'm leasing a lot of equipment at the moment. Maybe you can find something that means I don't have to lease. Another tractor. I mean, that trailer's nice, but I've got 2 good enough trailers. I don't really need one of them. Yeah, unfortunately, there's absolutely nothing right now. But it's nice to have the money. It's nice to not rush through and just buy something for the sake of buying something. I mean, when you look at this harvester that we've already got here, it's actually worth more, but it's obviously more used. Now, I will repair it, make sure everything's good on that. But let's just quickly look at our harvesters. We've got this one here. We've got the one that we just bought. So that one there holds 7,500. The other one holds 6,300. So it actually holds more. The Dominator does. Than the one that costs 145,000. It holds less, that does. So that's straight away pretty good. If we have a look at the headers, though, we should have one. Yeah, we've got a 7.5 and a 6.6. So the Lexion's going to have a bigger header, which is, again, fine because we're still now doing, well over 15 for, because we've got 2 harvesters. So that's going to be a bonus. Could buy a mower, like I said, but I think what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get myself... Let's open this up because we're going to have to bring the harvester in. But yeah, we're gonna place down a second production. We're going to start moving the fabric over to turn into clothes because I think that's going to be even more money. So yeah, a pretty clever investment, I'd say, to go that route. Let's just leave that there. How's everyone getting on over here? No one's missing bits. There's no one stopped hitting a bale or something like that, because that does happen. Seems alright so far, which is great news. Harvester's on its way. Guys mowing the field. I mean, it's working really well at the moment. We've got loads going on and even more money coming in. Is that improved the precision? No, it's gone down. It's gone down because we didn't... Yeah, which is fine. We'll get that sorted out, definitely. I'm just happy we've got a lot more grass to work with. Can't wait to do this harvest as well. But yeah, let's go and sort out getting another production building in. Let's have a look at what we got over here. Probably that's the perfect spot to put it. Right, so the tailor shop, the base game tailor shop, which is called Needle and Stitch, is 100,000. I think we do it. I think we keep going down the route of clothes because, we're producing a lot of wool and then we can keep the focus on the sheep and all that stuff. I'm just trying to think, do we need to get around the backside of that? I'm just going to do it and see what happens. It should be all right there. And look, we still got 192,000 left after this. Yeah, I think that's all right. I think that should be good. I might need to, just tidy... I might need to tidy out off a bit of the land around the back, but it should be all right. Yeah, it just needs a bit, terraforming. It's not too bad at all, is it, that? Right, so let's open this production. From now on, we don't want it to spawn. We want to change to distributing. And then if we activate this, we can store it. And I know it says it's missing, but I'm hoping that that'll distribute soon. And if we can get the wool in there, we should start producing some fabric. So every time we do wool, it halves. So say I take 10,000 litres of wool, I'm going to end up having 5,000 litres of fabric. And from that 5,000 litres of fabric, I'll have 2,500 litres of clothes. So basically we're losing 2/3 of the original volume of wool. But the price of clothes is, well, look at that. Look how it jumps up from the 6,000 to 18 grand. And it's the best time to sell as well. So, yeah, I think it's a no-brainer. Definitely a no-brainer. I'm very happy with that. Just hope that we can get it distributed into there so it can start going. And I will tidy it up before the next episode. I'll make sure that I tidy that up. Just move this out of the way for this guy. This will definitely keep happening. It always does. But I think everything seems to be working pretty well, except this guy over here. They don't like these bales that they drop, do they? There we go. Happy days. So that's going to keep plodding along. We got the guy out in the field mowing when we get to him. He's done a good chunk already, which is great news. Second harvester, is that on its way back soon? Yep, it's sitting here. That's even better. And we've now got, well, we've got £192,000 sitting in the bank account. We've bought another production facility for 100,000. We've got a second harvester. We've bought a slurry tanker. I mean, if there's anything else that I'll try and think of that I've always wanted at the start of this series, but I think the main things were productions, going up to the clothes, and I mentioned about the second harvester. We got the big tractor in the end. We've now got a slurry tanker. I mean, we're doing really well. We're actually doing superb. The fact that we started off where we did, and we've built this now, yeah, it's going really well. Definitely going really well. And I like this harvester as well. It should be, you know, a good addition to the fleet, which we're actually getting now, a bit of a fleet. So it's still not distributed yet, but I imagine if it, I don't know how it works, it might be on the hour every hour. If we just progress time to about 12 o'clock, and let's just see if it distributes. Yes, it has distributed. That's great news. So we've got 593 fabric now in here. Clothes are starting to process through. So the tailor's getting his needle out and he's stitching away. So that's cool. That is really cool. But I can't believe we're sitting at 191,000 after it all. We've had a great year in year 3, and we've now finally paid off with everything. Just got to try and figure out what we're going to do. What we're going to do next. There's probably going to be quite a few things that we might want to buy. There could be some more productions. But we'll think about it. There's no need to rush. It's nice to have this extra cash. We have got, obviously, loans, so that we've got £400,000 loans. We could just make a bit of a lump sum repayment and see, you know, make our life a little bit easier going forward. But we've now got these 2 big fields over here with, you know, a lot of grass silage going to be coming off it. So when this all ferments and we go and sell, now we're probably going to get another, well, maybe £200,000. Who knows? So that's great cash. And then we've got 3 cuts of that. So in a year, that's 600,000. Money galore, money galore. By the time we do the big field, we might have enough money to buy 5 harvesters and just make it, you know, extremely easy to do, or efficient, however you want to look at that. But yeah, if we're doing this cut, we're definitely going to cut the grass 3 times. We've made a first cut in April. Next one will be around summer. One right before, in like, you know, before winter, autumn, right before the end. So we'll do 3 cuts of silage. None of this is going to go for feed. We're going to sell all of it for profit. And then the L-shaped field and the one on the farm we're going to just put for the sheep, which we need to make sure we keep feeding because they're vital now with us making clothes as well. We need that wool. So I'll keep this going. I'll make sure we get both this field and that field all mowed up and the bales are just sitting quite happily in the field. No video on Court Farm next week because of the farmhand week that I'm doing. There's not going to be any videos in any other series. It's just going to be the farmhand. But the week after that we'll return and we'll see where we are then. I'm hoping that I can progress a bit of time again because, yeah, we're going to be working on... Yeah, I'm hoping I can progress a bit of time as well because we're going to... I just don't know what this guy's doing. Did he drop that bale then? Just making himself struggle? I think he did, you know. But no, yeah, but next episode we'll progress a bit of time. Might look at getting the nitrogen on the big crop field because that's all that's left in that field now. If we just have a quick look, the nitrogen in it is not good at all. So yeah, that needs that. Also, we need nitrogen now on this. We need some sampling on that side as well, soil sampling. We're going to have to replant in that, but I don't want to mess up getting a second cut on that. So I might have to, just trying to think the best way to do that. I want to direct seed into it. We're going to have to just do it. We're going to have to just do it and do it before it grows next month. It'll probably be a little bit behind, but we'll just try our best with that. We'll keep this going because we definitely want to get 3 cuts from that. But yeah, we'll progress a bit of time. But yeah, no video next week because of the farmhand. But thanks for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give the video a thumbs up because that does help me out. And if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one on Farming Simulator.